So, Dante, talking about hope, I want to hear a few of your Tuesday tips about hope and hope as an action verb and keeping hope alive, not just now, but through history.
But the workshop I just did, one of them was on hope, and
Mhm.
we really just talked about how hope is both powerful and a practice, and I started off the workshop talking about and really criticizing the quote that says hope is not a strategy, because I've heard that before, and we criticize hope, but I tell people you won't have a strategy unless you have hope.
Yeah. Hope
Because
is
if
an
you don't,
action verb. Hope
yeah,
is an
hope is,
action
yeah,
verb.
like if you
Yeah.
don't have hope, you're not going to even do your strategy,
Right.
right? We all have seen, sports teams, people who are trying to do better in their life, they don't have hope and they don't do it. Even to be more seriously, when you stop having hope that your life can be better, we have seen a couple of different big name NFL players recently take their own lives.
Hmm.
That's about hope, and we have to be real about that. There was something around them that they didn't feel hopeful that they need to be here anymore. And so hope really matters. And so we just talked about how hope is not just some wooey thing, but it's connected to our work, right? Brian Stevenson, he says hopelessness is the enemy of justice. We won't get to justice unless we have hope. Our ancestors would not have made it this far if they did not have hope. Three very tangible things to do to kind of inject hope into your life, because hope is not something you feel, it's something you find.
Hmm.
Right. So a lot of people say I don't feel hopeful. And we talk about hope being a cognitive process, something you can do to actually inject hope. And so we talked about gratitude. I'm talking about a gratitude practice, not just like I'm feeling grateful today, but I'm saying like, can you actively every day write down, journal, grab an app? I have an app on my phone. I have been doing gratitude now for 136 straight days.
Wow.
I have a streak. I ain't trying to break it either. I like seeing the number go higher, but also it has changed me. And the research says that my brain has also changed to actually look for the positive, even when there is not. The second one was to pay attention what you are paying attention to. The fancy academic word is called metacognition, right? And so, what are you paying attention to? Are you watching the news instead of watching, your neighbors, right? Are you turning on stuff that is negative instead of finding something that gives you life? And then the last thing is surround yourself with some positive people, because we all know the energy matters. And if you're around negative people, you gonna be negative. And matter of fact, if you are around negative people and you are positive, they don't want you around them and you don't want to be around them. Hope matters. And so I invite the people who are watching this to think about, like, if you are not feeling hopeful, you have the power to do something about that. It's not about what's happening around us, because Nikki Giovanni reminds us that if the enslaved could believe, I know I can. So she said that a couple months before she passed away last year. And I was thinking about this morning. If we go through one of the things that happened during slavery, like let's just take physical abuse, like we are in therapy, there's interventions happening. That's just one. There was physical abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, and those ancestors still had a joy in them. That they still had the ability to sing, to dance. If they can believe, I know you can have some hope today too.
I love those as Tuesday tips. Thank you, Dante.